So a new motorcycle has been added to the Crew Motorfest, and it's this, the MV Agusta Brutale Dragster 800RR. So let's go and see what you can actually do with this thing when it comes to customization, and if you can customize it. So let's go. So let's go and customize this bike now, and there is visual parts, so at least you can do stuff to this bike, I suppose, although there is only one official colour by looks of it. Yeah, there's only one official colour. Should I paint this a different colour? I'm leaning towards no, actually. No, I don't think I'm actually going to go and paint this a different colour, unless I paint it bright green, apparently, which I don't know why there's bright green there, there just is. Should I paint this black, maybe? No, because it's got the red parts, so I think I'm going to leave it the official colour, actually. Yeah, I'm going to leave it the official colour. Anyway, onto the visual parts. So there does seem to be quite a few visual parts by the looks of it, and there's quite a few options, which is kind of surprising. I really thought this bike wouldn't have any options for it, so yeah, that is kind of surprising. Obviously, we start with the front lights, and you can actually change the front light by the looks of it. Although it doesn't seem like there's the option to have it with the body coloured panel, which is kind of annoying. Hopefully you can actually remove those mirrors as well, because I don't like the look of those mirrors. Obviously, the front fender, that's going to be changing that. And you can have, yep, carbon version of that as well. So I'm going to have the carbon version. The seat, which doesn't... Okay, so that changes... Okay, that adds something carbon at the front. And also something body coloured at the rear. So I'm going to go for that. Fairing, this will be, yep, carbon. So I'm going to go for carbon there. Will this be carbon? Yes, more carbon. Actually, that removes the rear light as well, which is kind of surprising, really. I guess this bike doesn't have a rear light. It seems a little strange. I'm going to go for that, however. You can remove the mirrors, which is good, because they looked a little bit strange. Exhaust. Okay, so obviously carbon exhaust. Okay, so a different type of exhaust by the looks of it, which I do like. Single exhaust, which I'm probably not going to go for, and more carbon. So I think I'm actually going to go for... I don't know. I'm going to go for this one, I think, actually. Yeah, I'm going to go for that one. Just looks a little bit different. So the rear lights, and I'm not entirely sure what the rear lights actually are. I guess they're the red bits, maybe, which seems a little bit strange to have them under there. I assume so anyway, but I'm going to go for that, I think. And I think that's it for the actual visual parts. Onto the vanity items, and obviously this does have vanity items for it, thankfully. Although obviously it's a bike, so it's not going to have as much. I'm not going to do anything with the smoke. I think I'm going to put Sparks Nitro on it, and I'm not going to put any underglow on it, I don't think. Yeah, I'm not going to put any underglow on this, because it just looks a little bit strange with underglow. Let's change the horn as well, actually. I'm going to change it to that horn. I don't know what it sounds like. Yeah, it's not that bad, actually. Anyway, let's go and actually ride this bike and talk about it. So I think this is probably going to be my new favourite bike in the Crew Motorfest. This bike is actually really nice to ride. The handling is actually really good. I don't know why, maybe it's just because I haven't ridden that many bikes in the Crew Motorfest recently, but the handling seems very stable and very easy to control. And overall, this bike just seems like a really nice bike. I do like the look of it as well. I'm definitely glad that I didn't paint this black, because I think that would have made it look kind of strange and sort of not as good as it is. I'm glad that I kept the original red. And yeah, I really do like the look of this bike as well. Although I do have to question why they released it this week. It's kind of strange because the current summit, or at least the current summit this week, has basically all, I guess they're PR stunts. I don't actually know what to call them. Feats, I think they're called in this game. It's basically all feats aside from one race where you get given a jet. So it is kind of weird that they released it this week. Only one of the feats you have to use this bike in is basically a long jump. So yeah, I really don't understand why they did that. Especially as this is part of a bundle as well. So it does seem kind of strange that they would release it for one feat in a bundle. I don't know, it just seems kind of strange. I guess maybe they planned the summit before they planned to release this bike or something. But anyway, as I said, I do actually like this bike, and I think it is actually a pretty good bike. And hopefully at some point in the future, they will add in more bikes. Maybe as part of a bike-themed update or something. Yeah, I do think they should add in more bikes. Not only like this, but also actually some older models as well. I'd like to see some older models of bikes. Stuff maybe from the 80s or 90s. and maybe even some older sort of quad bikes as well. But anyway, what do you think down in the comments? Please tell me what you think about this bike. Do you like it? Do you hate it? And hopefully I will see you next time. Please be sure to like and subscribe and do all that sort of stuff. And yeah, thanks for watching, I suppose.